I
This is
encountered a
going to be
high-level
an
queen of Satan who
eye-opening,
joined my mentorship to
jaw-dropping
destroy me.
video, I
Part
must
1.
say. Now, I don't even know where to start, but I'm going to tell you all, I started a mentorship. And I started this mentorship. And so one of the mentees who was in the mentorship, I did a one-on-one with her. And so I did not fully understand why God highlighted her, okay? But I soon found out. Okay. And so I'm going to tell you all something. This is a revelation that God gave me. And God is so merciful. He is so loving, right? He is beginning to take me deeper into the kingdom of darkness. And so what will happen is sometimes he will mask a person's image because he wants me to connect with this person, because God really wants these people to change. Let me just say that God's heart and his grace and mercy is like, we could never understand God. However, I just want to get directly into this and just expose to you this person and the things that she did. I made her send me an email. She did express a lot of this stuff in a one-on-one because it got exposed. She started crying. She did not want to reveal this stuff. She was sent directly from the kingdom of darkness to destroy and tear me down. Ultimately, Satan's objective is to literally kill me. There are bounty hunters in the kingdom of darkness. I cannot speak too deeply into this because this is going over many of you all heads, but I'm going to tell you what their objective is. Their objective is to destroy true servants of God. And so what they'll even manipulate you, and they will masquerade as angels of light. 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. Yet I'm not surprised. Satan can change himself into an angel of light. Even though Satan can do these things, I always give you all revelation, and I tell you that you must meditate on Ephesians 5 and 11. You must meditate on Ephesians 1 and 18. Anytime you get a check in your spirit about somebody, also all you need to do is analyze your life and say, am I being blessed by this ministry? Is my spiritual giftings heightened? Is this teacher telling me how important it is to read my Bible, to fast on a consistent basis, right? To meditate on scriptures, to consecrate. It is very, very easy to see these people. However, because of the level that God has taken me, he is also training me. Okay. So I'm going to expose to you this email that she sent to me. She's very afraid of her identity. And she said, I will put my name at the very bottom of this email so that it does not show. And so she said, I'm writing this to expose, basically the things that she's done. This isn't even a tenth of what she's done. She said, I was a high-ranking luciferian left-hand path witch in the kingdom of darkness. I was considered a general of darkness, and I was a wife of Lucifer and other high-ranking fallen angels and principalities. I started in witchcraft when I was 9. If you all watch James Koala's story, he started when he was at the age of 3. A lot of you believe that you are such a threat to the devil. He's after your kids. Because a lot of you all will never walk in your purpose. A lot of you all are much too lazy. I'm speaking to Christians. You all my mentees are so mad because I'm making them do homework. And then they interviewed with me and I told them this was part of the process. Do you know how offended they are at me because I'm telling them to read the word and to pray? I digress from that. All right, so let's continue. She's talked about the things that she's done. She said, I began the path working with demons as a young child. I used to practice. She's talking about all these magics. Look at this stuff. Right? She said, I dabbled in necromancy. I work with principalities over my state and other countries and cities as well. I worked, it says she worked with, I guess that's planetary intelligence, which are principalities. I had a high rank in the kingdom of darkness as I was very close to Lucifer. Lucifer was my father. He still is. He still is a father. We had a personal relationship and I served directly under him. I had direct contact and access to him and learned under him. I caused the unaliving of many people, and in witchcraft I was considered a serial killer. She still is, because I was unalived. She said, because I have unalived many people with witchcraft, blood curses, blood magic, and unaliving spells. At my old job, because this is a revelation that God gave me. When we were doing a one-on-one, God told me that she caused many tragic accidents. I kept hearing it over and over. She bust into tears. She actually caused, so she got into an altercation. I guess her co-worker belittled her and made her feel less than, because you know these witches, baby, they so prideful. Oh, they so prideful. And because of that, she did a spell. So it didn't affect her, but her 3-year-old daughter or son, I believe, was unalived in a tragic car accident. This is so, oh my God. And my old job, because I was angry and upset with my coworker for embarrassing me. I was pregnant at the time. She said her emotions was high. I went home and did a blood magic spell, and I used Belial and Beelzebub in that spell. I used my blood and a piece of paper and a pen, and I wrote that for my curse over her. I want her to be eternally unhappy. Are you all reading this? Internally unhappy. A few days later, while I was at work, that's when it was revealed that her 3-year-old son, of course, was in an accident. And they were raising money for the GoFundMe. I don't need to read it because we were talking on a one-on-one and she exposed this. Listen to this. She said, because my spells always landed. I used to unalive people for fun because I knew my rank. I knew that my demon guys were stronger. Listen to this. And I knew that I was working with real fallen angels. I used to curse people and ruin their lives for fun. I used to curse people in their bloodlines up to 100 generations or the 10th generation. When they wronged me and when they didn't. This is what my stepfather did to me. Bloodline curses are one of the most powerful forms of witchcraft that witches sometimes use. It is. There was a blood altar that an African had erected against me. I had to literally go to the place where he did it. I had to go there where the blood altar was done. And I had to go there and war in tongues. It felt like something, it almost felt like I wanted to throw up. I was so tired when I left because I was warring so hard in the realm of the spirit because of this. This is and this is being done to people in their bloodlines and they have no clue. She said bloodline curses are one of the most powerful forms of witchcraft that witches sometimes use on exes or ex-husbands or people they hate. I did many blood curses because blood makes the spell more potent and stronger to make sure they land. My uncle and my stepfather are high-ranking 33rd degree Masons. So once you reach that level, you are sacrificing children. Period. And I have an aunt that is a high-ranking Eastern Star. I was considered a generational witch. The women in my family dabbled in witchcraft, but they never went as far as me. I was considered the chosen one in my family by Lucifer. The reason I looked at him as my real dad and father was because he raised me. From a young age, he taught me how to shut off my conscience, lose my emotions, shut them off, and etc. She said I was a spirit spouse, which is different than how Christians know it to be. In the kingdom of darkness, high-ranking witches, sorceresses and sorcerers, magics, druids, masons, they marry fallen angels and principalities, some for more power and some for love. Many people don't know about this because it is an ancient spiritual practice, and many spirit spouses, also called God spouses, are not allowed to speak about it. And so this is something true. I do know about this as well. And the reason why I know about it is due to the Holy Spirit. Now, this is going to have to be broken up into a part 1 and a part 2. There is no way possible that I can get all this into one video. It's too much in this video. I'm sorry, in this email. And so she said these beings can be generational. She said I married demonic. She married demonic kings in the kingdom of darkness. And so she talked about that. She talked about the fallen angels all have titles. They're king, prince, earl, duke. Very deep. So I think I'm going to end here. Follow for part 2.